On to our next video. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Now we're moving on to taxis and... Oh, really? Okay, cool. We're back in a cab and we're gonna use another feature of the Seeing Eye GPS, which is called location. So basically it just tells me what location I'm in, it tells me what cross streets I'm headed to or towards.
Seeing Eye GPS. Quarry GPS position, state. Facing north. Near Park Ave, New York, NY, 10,075. Location accuracy, within 197 feet. Altitude, 126 feet.
Okay. So I think what happens is when it changes, like depending on the position of the phone. So if I'm holding it the way we're headed, it should give me a different reading.
Intersection ahead, near 742 Park Ave, New York, NY, 10,021.
So it says we're near 742 Park Avenue. Usually when I have it held like this,
Location.
it'll read the cross streets as it'll read the streets as we cross them, but sometimes it doesn't do so hot. So let's see what it does. Yeah, it's not doing it, but when I shake it up a little bit, it'll kind of ding, and then you'll see it like it'll recalibrate. Again, not doing anything.
Near 666 Park Ave, New York.
And then it'll say it if I move to it,
Southwest
but
at
it doesn't
1.3 miles
always.
per hour location.
It also gives you speed.
Heading southwest at 0.9 miles per hour.
Well, I think we have time earlier to
See my GPS.
start it up again.
Success, alert, success, network now available, alert, success, network now available. Near, central parking system. 63 St. right and left. Lexington Avenue right and left.
But now to see like if you're giving any updates, just like blind spin.
Diagonalizations.
Right. Then it also gives me like little points of interest around. It's just telling me about a shoe store. So you'll hear it'll say like near shopping.
Near, shopping, lingerie on Lexington.
Okay. Lingerie on Lexington. It should say Bloomingdale's, but because I'm on the Google.
Non-Petty Cafe.
That's not the line. That's not the line.
61st St. left and right.
Like Big Cafe.
60th St. right and left. Near, bank, ATM. 59 St. left and right.
Mr. Bloomingdale's, I guess it doesn't understand like major shopping venues or something like
58
that.
St. left and right.
You know what I mean?
Near, shopping, gap.
It found the gap now.
Alert, warning, network not currently available. Alert, success, network now available.
So one thing that I have discovered about this app is that it is a battery killer. One time I was using it for about an hour and I went from a completely full battery to only 30% of battery left. So make sure you have ways of charging your device, or make sure you have an extra battery pack and one of those extra cases or something like that, so that you can keep powered up, because otherwise you might be left without a phone when you get to your destination. We're back again with another video using Seeing Eye GPS by Sendero and the Seeing Eye Foundation. We're going to make another attempt at using the points of interest function to pick a location and then go to it using pedestrian mode. My colleague and faithful sidekick, Lynette Tatum, is joining me for today's video.
Hello.
Today what we opted to look for is a diner. I'm going to activate my app.
See my GPS. Points of interest.
It's already on the points of interest screen, so I'm just going to go to the edit field and type in diner. Now I'm going to tap search.
Search. Settings.
Okay, and let's see what it brought up.
Sunflower Diner, 359 Third Ave, New York, 275 feet in.
So we're standing on the corner of 25th and 3rd, and the GPS app gave me a diner that's nearby. It's 275 feet northeast of here. It's called the Sunflower Diner. And I'm gonna double tap on it and it's gonna hopefully take us there. Okay, and I'm gonna double tap on pedestrian route so it can create that for me. And it said proceed southeast and it told me I'm facing east. So I am facing east.
There we are.
It said turn left on 3rd Avenue, so we're gonna cross 3rd and turn left. Oh, gotcha. Okay, 157 feet to destination on right? Okay, so keep walking on 3rd Avenue towards 26th Street, but I can barely hear it. It just said I've arrived at my destination.
Not true. We're a
Oh,
little
wait, she said 13 feet.
well, the diner's right here.
Okay, so 13 feet. It says within 16 feet, but it did say it pretty much when I was writing it. So it told us that we had arrived at our destination when I was on the south side of 26th Street, when the restaurant is on the north side of 26th Street. But when I kept walking, it did keep giving me updates. And then when I was passing the door, it said 13 feet. So I think the closest this app gets is about 16 feet. But one interesting thing that did happen as soon as I turned like my body back towards 26th Street, which is south of where the door is, it told me that I was that the restaurant was at 11 o'clock in relative position to where I was standing, which actually was accurate. So it's kind of cool to see that. So it did get me here. It got me within, I'd say maybe 25 feet or so. I think that's pretty cool. Lynn, any comments?
I wasn't, so happy with the fact that it told us we'd reached our destination when indeed we were across the street from it. So, from the person who's totally blind, I think I'm there. And, when something says you've reached your destination, then you start moving around with the cane to figure out, okay, where's the door? You would really be finding Dunkin' Donuts, not Sunflower Diner.
One thing I do have to say though is today there seems to be an extraordinary amount of noise on 3rd Avenue, and I was very hard pressed to hear what VoiceOver was saying as we were walking. So definitely we need to look at getting a little speaker or something that's gonna amplify the sound a little bit better, because this holding it in my hand and trying to listen to it and walk at the same time is not really working for me.
Don't you stand on the corner. If somebody gives us money, I'll be more than fine.
Hopefully it will have to pay for the cab.
Why are they standing there? They must want something, but I don't see their hands out or anything.
So, as you can see so far with some of the videos that we've shown, there's a lot of factors that go into using this app. It's not just like, hey, let me turn it on, put in an address, and let me go. Right? There's safety that's a concern. There's accuracy that's a concern. There's a lot of different things, which is why when I was doing the Heatwave Apocalypse video, I was actually on my own, and it was kind of scary because I had to deal with listening to the app and deal with listening to the street and making sure that I wasn't headed, into danger. At one point, I almost tripped on one of those biking path meridians over on, was it First Avenue, I think?
Yeah, between
Right,
second.
on between Second and First. So, there's a lot of stuff that's kind of different about our city these days that we have to pay attention to, and the GPS app is just, also, in addition to whatever it provides as a help, also can become a hindrance. Does that make sense? So it's just something to be wary of, or definitely something to be present to before starting to use or looking at using these kinds of apps. We're going to show a couple more videos, and then I'll take any questions from you guys after that, okay? What happened to the Braille?
Oh, it's 1/6 of it.
Okay, cool. Let me introduce her. Oh, so this next video features a new, or a different product rather. It's called Blind Square, which is the accessible equivalent or based on the product called Foursquare, which many people have been using over the past several years to check in geographically or on their Facebook accounts or wherever it is they're checking in, so that everybody knows that they're anywhere but home, so that they can go get robbed. But that's another story altogether. So Blind Square is another app that we're using, and then the video after that, I believe, is using another Sendero product called Sendero Look Around GPS, which is a lower cost GPS with significantly less features, but we'll talk about that afterwards as well. Okay, and then we'll end up with we're going back to pedestrian mode with the Seeing Eye GPS, but with another guest star using a braille display to read the output or to read what the device is saying. So we have a little bit to go. Cool.
Crossing of 3rd Avenue and East 29th
She's
Street.
quite spiffy today. This is the Blind Square app, and I have it open, and it's already announced the street that we're on. It should announce all of the streets as we pass, and you can have points of interest.
New York, United States.
Thank you. She gives the feet sometimes. I don't always
Crossing
understand
of
what she
3rd Avenue
means,
and
but
East 30th Street.
okay, now she's not. Just when I said she's going to give the feet, then she stopped.
When it announces feet, it means that, the vehicle has slowed down and you are this many feet away from the next street crossing. So I think the last street we crossed was 30 seconds, so if it gives us any feet, it'll say, it would mean it's this many feet till 33rd Street.
So I've been using Blind Square to also walk along with me as I walk home. And as we get to the corner, sometimes she'll say this ridiculous amount of feet, like 65 feet, and I'll say, well, we're kind of sort of only a few feet away, so I don't understand it when I'm walking.
Again, those aren't always the most accurate, like even, when we work with other GPS things, you see that it only
Crossing of
gets,
3rd Avenue and East 35th Street.
it only gets within like 16 or 20
Okay,
feet,
okay.
so it's probably...
Crossing of 3rd Avenue and East 36th Street.
Okay, the
Yeah,
guesstimation.
Yeah, it guesses or it works within the urban canyon
Yeah,
that we've talked about before.
exactly. But in terms of giving the streets, it's just fabulous. When I'm on the bus, it gets me off of the bus in time.
New notification from Renegade.
I'm sorry.
Renegade. Apple has asked supplier on.
Okay. Excuse me. But I can get on the number 1 bus now to go home, and I don't have to worry about missing the stop, because if I miss the stop on the number 1, then there's a chance that I might go past where I live. And she just, beautifully announces, yes, 109th Street, and then I know, jump up, get off the bus at 111, so.
Because the PA systems in most New York City
Oh my
buses
God.
are really, really awful.
Oh my gosh. She should have been announcing some, restaurants nearby, but she's not doing that at the moment. She's, announcing the streets beautifully. Oh, I apologize because I might actually have the filter on. Hold on.
Filter announcements.
Let's see, filter announcements. Maybe.
Line only streets.
I have only streets, so
Adjustable. My places. My places and streets.
if I choose all, let's see what
Off.
she
Plus
says.
87% battery.
Okay.
Come back. Verizon back.
Back. And now let's see if she starts yakking the
Latin
streets.
American restaurant. Music. 122
There you
feet
go.
at 6 o'clock. Office. Union for Reform Judaism.
Oh,
96 feet at 10 o'clock.
okay.
Gym/fitness center. New York Sports Club. About 84 feet.
Now,
Crossing of 3rd Avenue and East 41st
I
Street.
was just gonna say this. It'll be interesting to see.
We crossed 42nd there.
Oh, we'll
Crossing of
see.
3rd Avenue and East 42nd Street.
There you go. She's a little lagging, but she.
Sometimes there's a delay when it shows the points of interest. So what it'll do is it kind of has a queue. So it'll read the points of interest and then it'll read the last street crossing and then it'll try to catch up.
Yeah, there you go. 43rd, is that good, Sharon? 44. She's a little bit on. She needs some caffeine.
Yeah.
Did you notice she's not so much yelling out the streets now? I mean, the points of interest.
You know, it adds those when it slows down, when the speed slows. So I've
Ah,
noticed as soon as the cab slows down a little bit,
Crossing of 3rd Avenue East 47th Street.
it
okay.
will announce the points of interest.
Ah,
Like it should do one now.
Crossing of 3rd Avenue East 49th Street.
Right after now.
they're not foolproof, but they are. Oh, she's in sleep mode now, so I'm sorry. So, but they are great tools to get you from point A to point B. And what they, now she's talking about bagel shops and everything. Listen, madam, hush, hold on. They're not foolproof, but they're great tools. And they do get you from point A to point B. And what I wanted to stress was no tool can take the place of a guide dog or a cane and excellent or at least very good mobility skills.
Crossing of East 52nd Street and 2nd Avenue.
You don't, throw away the,
This is a supplementary.
that's
tool.
right. Exactly.
They're meant to be supplementary tools and they're not meant to replace.
Your mobility experience or training.
Mine's clear.
Thank you.
You know?
Sherry and I are knee to knee here, dude.